Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. That is Jake Elliott getting this one started. Off we go from Santa Clara. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and that play gets nothing. So no gain on the game's first snap.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and 9.
Pat the 60.
Now Brown. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
Ready up.
It is third and long.
Ready. Rocco 80. Let's go.
Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. To the left side, he's got it. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. Here comes fourth down. On fourth down, Daniel Whelan is on to punt. That's taken at about the 14. And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. They'll throw first play with Penix. And that's complete to A.J. Brown. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and
6. Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. Good for a Ravens first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Now think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last. The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
On second down, Barkley. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
They'll run the toss to Barkley. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, we're able to get you down for a loss.
That'll be intercepted. It's the linebacker, Chad Muma. And the Niners will take over at their own 15.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Okay, break. Here we go, Shaq. Cowboy ain't good.
RPO and a quick hit to Smith and Jigba. They're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
On first down, here's McCarthy. That's into the hands of Tyjae Spears. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. First down, 49ers.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
A carry here for Brown. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. What will the second quarter have in store? And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Running from the pistol, it's Brown. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
Back at the 47.
And what started out as a promising drive, now they find themselves in 3rd and long. After being stuffed for a loss on 1st down with that ground game, they came right back to it, trying to make up some of those lost yards. The defense was having none of it. 3rd and long.
No help from those last 2 runs. It is 3rd and 13. From the gun, here's McCarthy. This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 4th down. Here's Daniel Whelan now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And he didn't get the check he was hoping for in that one. That goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They send Sutton in motion. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he is crushing in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. He'll get that out to Barkley, and he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. From the gun, it's Penix. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line. It's a big one for the Ravens. 42 yards.
How about that for your first catch of the game? I mean, to be able to attack the defense with your very first grab really sets things up nicely for the rest of the game. So defensively, they need to tighten up a little bit on the back end, because I promise you that's not going to be the last time they call his number.
We'll go play action now with Penix. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. Short pass goes a long way. It works to the tune of 25 yards.
At the 11-yard line.
Still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Laporta in motion. A run up the middle with Barkley. And he's in. What a drop. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Baltimore. His 12th touchdown of the year.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Is good. Makes the score Ravens 7, 49ers nothing. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Now some movement up front. Flags down. Mistake-filled first half continues. They'll run here with Brown. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's a throw for McCarthy. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down.
If you're going to give him this much time to scan the field, he's inevitably going to find an open man downfield like he does here. That's a great job remaining patient and letting that play develop.
Now a 3rd and 2.
Ready? Alert! 19, Tiger, 19, let's go!
Here's Brown. And he's going to have a 49ers 1st down. Grab it by plenty. So it's 3rd and 2, and they got 8.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
Two minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. Greg and I back with you from Santa Clara in a moment.
Life's too short, but I can't complain. Doing backflips on a candy cane. Ride my scooter with a cape at night, and I'ma high five me a traffic light. I blink twice, then I teleport. Got kicked out of the Trump resort. Bought this cloud on a payment plan, then I ghosted out in a minivan. Mic in my hand like a waffle cone, spitting out syrup in the twilight zone.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the ground, it's Brown. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
That was just a race to the edge, and in this case, Mike, he just wasn't the winner. I mean, at this point, when the defense is out there waiting for you, it's tough for any runner in this league to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. McCarthy. That's caught by Spears out of the backfield. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Makes it third.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Set. Cougar 19. They cannot stop us.
To throw, it's McCarthy. He's got his man. Complete to Wilson. And he's into the end zone. Michael Wilson. Touchdown, San Francisco. His 4th TD grab of the season. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard
The
line.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
They'll throw on 1st down with Penix. Got a man over the middle. There's Sutton. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
12 yards.
Now the Ravens use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
And the Raven 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Penix. He goes right back to Sutton. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
Nice and tight. Let's go.
To throw again, it's Penix. A pass caught by Saquon. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now whistles. Timeout. 3 seconds left in this first half. Here's Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This one from 49. Elliott's kick is good. And the Ravens will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead. So we are at halftime, and Greg and I will be back right after this. It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. Samuel going to see what he can do. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now the lefty Penix on 1st down. That'll be taken in by Barton. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. It'll bring up second down.
Out of bounds at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Let's go now. Go.
From the gun, here is Penix. And off the deflection. It is taken in. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
Sometimes it's easy for a defense to lose track of a running back, especially when he leaks out from the backfield, but not the case here. They kept eyes on him the whole time. Comes in, makes a sure tackle, and drops him for a loss.
He's got his man. He finds Sutton. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
That's good for a
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll run it here with Saquon. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. From the 41, here's second and 8. Looking to throw, it's Penix. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Penix on third down. Has his man, it's Samuel. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
He's going to run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and 5. On the handoff, this is Barkley. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these 0 or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
Laporta in motion. On third down, Penix. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
First and 10. Laporta in motion. Throwing now, Penix on first down. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
It might have taken longer than they would have liked, but that's the first sack of the game, and it came at the perfect time. This defense desperately has to get off the field, and that play gets them a lot closer to doing so.
Ready up!
on second down. Penix hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
That is brought in at the 10. And he's in! Portland Sutton. Touchdown, Ravens.
Touchdown, Ravens.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Tyreek Stevenson. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. Off the play fake, here's the lefty Penix. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20.
It's a gain of 18.
They get 18 on that one. First down, Baltimore.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Ball down to the 16-yard line, and it's 1st and 10. A run with Barkley. And good red zone running here, taking it inside the 10-yard line. Pick up of 8.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
2nd and a yard.
Let's go.
Once again, it's Barkley. And this one blown up. Good serve and drop him. A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
The tackle made back at the 9-yard line.
So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's 3rd and 4.
Checks, man. Here we go.
Fourth quarter starts, and it's a run for Barkley.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. A gain of 3 yards. It's now 4th down and 1.
Jake Elliott now to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Ravens will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And that one is through the back of the end zone. It is a touchback.
35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's McCarthy. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
This one out quickly to Noel. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
So as a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. 1st down throw there is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Throwing again is McCarthy. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
To the air once more is McCarthy. Picked off by Jordan Fuller. And the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
Laporta in motion. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup in 2nd and
8. From the gun, it's Penix. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was trying to find Saquon Barkley coming out of the backfield. And 3rd down coming up. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They
stops are great. You're trying to cut back into this deficit, find your way back into this game. But the defense can make as many stops as they want. Like, this game's going to come down to what does their offense do when they take the field.
That's fielded at about the 18. Now a hit, and he lost the football.
You know, it's so hard to say what goes wrong on these bad snaps, Mike. You know, sometimes it's mechanics, sometimes it's concentration, sometimes, frankly, it's just bad luck and things go sideways, but he puts a little bit too much juice on it, ends up out of the punter's reach, and now they're heading back to the sideline, knowing they just put their defense in a really bad spot.
Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance.
They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And a much better result here. Give them 7, and it sets up third down.
23-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. And this is third down.
Here we go, here we go.
2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively.
Here we go.
It's third down.
Cowboy 80. Go.
They'll try to run here with Barkley. He works free, right side. To the pylon, he's in. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Baltimore. So 2 touchdowns for him in this one. Numbers 12 and 13 on the year.
Jake Elliott.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike, and you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched, and an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Ready. Come on, set.
Play action now. It's McCarthy. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Michael Wilson that time. And it'll bring up second down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That's caught! And he will go all the way. Jalen Noel. Touchdown, 49ers. No problem there on the extra point. And the 49ers are able to cut into the deficit.
49ers 14.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Samuel, going to see what he can do. Get across the 20, mark him at the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The tight end, Komet, is on the move. They'll run the counter with Barkley. A good physical run, motoring forward for 9.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now, it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Here's Barkley. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. A gain there of 15. Good for a Raven first down.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. And it is their 3rd consecutive victory. They continue to play great football here in this latest stretch.